Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Hopefully y'all can hear me. So today, I know a lot of y'all are very interested in this Debbie Collier case, and I hear you, but I really wanted to spread awareness about this sweet 15-year-old real quick. I'm going to wait just a few minutes to get started, just to let a few people come in. Hi, Cassandra. Thank you. I'm not going to show my face today, y'all. It's Sunday. It's a long day, and I'll get back to my pre-recorded videos on Tuesday. But we are going to be talking about the missing 15-year-old Alena Mitchem. She goes by the name Gracie, her middle name. Oh, my heart hurts for this family, y'all. Has anyone heard about this? I actually heard about this case through Sleuth Mom. So if y'all are not subscribed to her channel, I highly, highly suggest y'all going over to her channel and checking her out. She is truly amazing. Okay, so hi, Sleuth Mom. I was just talking about you. Do you want to come on panel? I don't know if you want to come on or not. I haven't gotten started yet. I'm just waiting for people to come in. But I hope y'all are having a good weekend so far. Hi, Terry. Oh, no. YouTube, I swear they play everyone here. Good morning, Kelly. Okay, cool. Let me get the link. I'll copy it. I'm just going to add it here in the comments, Sleuth Mom. Ashley, it's horrible. It gives me goosebumps. And y'all, I just have a feeling it is not your typical runaway case. I do, in my heart, feel like there's unfortunately grooming involved. It's horrible. Thank you so much, Kelly. I really appreciate it. All right, Sleuth Mom is backstage. I'm going to bring her on, and this is where I actually heard about this case from. So I'm just going to let her come in and kind of help me go over everything. You there? Sleuth Mom? She's probably getting ready.
Yeah, sorry, I had to switch my settings. I'm like,
I figured you were doing something.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Thank you so much for covering this tonight.
Yes, of course. As soon as I saw you tag me in it, I was like, oh my gosh. And I started going down the rabbit hole last night. And then this morning I was like, I was thinking about doing just like a pre-recorded video. And I was like, no, I don't have time for that. We got to get this case out here.
Yeah, I'm really, really concerned, especially with the proximity that they are to like the Mexican border and different things like that. It just worries me, especially with the social security card and the driver's license. But I'll let you start kind of talking about it and get your audience familiar with like who she is before I really dive into all of my concerns. But
yes, okay, we'll start with that. Thank you, Brian. Real quick, I wanted to say thank you. I really appreciate it. It does absolutely look like a war zone out there. It's devastating. I'm trying to keep my mind off of that as much as possible because it just sends me into a dark hole, honestly. Okay, so Alena. Like I said, Sleuth Mom brought this case to my attention. Shannon Hoffman is, I put down here, she's the mother, but Sleuth Mom informed me she's actually her stepmom, but she's basically like her mom. She's helped raise her and everything. She lives with them. So on Facebook, Shannon posted on September 23rd and said that it has been 24 hours since their daughter went missing. She walked out in the middle of the night, took her electronic devices, cell phone, personal belongings. She took her cell phone, her birth certificate, her social security card, her PlayStation console. Am I missing anything? Her phone.
She took all devices that she had been using to connect to the internet with. So we're talking her tablet, her cell phone, her PlayStation. And so the concern is, normally whenever we see like a runaway, they don't necessarily think to take every device that
Everything.
they would use, right?
Correct.
And so with that, and then there was a note. She left a note saying that, she was leaving because they wouldn't let her get a job and she wanted freedom, and that there
Mm-hmm.
was an older woman coming to pick her up that was
To take
going to
her.
be offering her this freedom and taking her to a runaway area.
Which
Or
I've
a place.
never heard of that.
No.
I have never heard
No.
of a random lady just coming to pick up a teen and taking them to a runaway place. Shelter.
Yeah, never in my life. And so I Googled, of course,
Yep.
stuff out in California, places for runaways and stuff. And there's no type of facility, number one, that would pick her up in the middle of the night. She disappeared sometime between 12:30 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. And
Yeah.
so that in itself is odd.
So when Gracie's sister woke up, she woke up at 7 a.m. She went into the room with Shannon and said, "Where's Gracie? She's not in her room." They searched for her and they could not find her anywhere. They found the note and they found those items that she was missing. Now, oh gosh, this is so concerning on so many levels. Shannon believes that she was speaking to people over PlayStation because the last month she hasn't really wanted to get off of her PlayStation. She's been consumed with her PlayStation, and that to me is a huge red flag. What do you think, Sleuth Mom?
Yeah, and so I was also checking her gamer tag. Her mom gave it to me, and whenever I pulled it up, it doesn't look like there's been any activity at all on her PlayStation since that day before she went missing.
Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
That's horrible. And, as B. Tim says here, my guess there is no random lady. It's probably a guy. Now, I do have to say, unfortunately, women do work with these people. So it is
Right.
very possible that it really is a lady because that is not unusual. They team up together to get these kids and people to trust them because a woman is more likely to gain trust of somebody than a man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's
The
not
the thing
uncommon.
that scares me is the devices, because if you leave your devices at home, traffickers and people like that know that police can eventually, track the conversations back, and it makes the tracking of those kids a lot quicker. And so
Correct.
eliminating all of the devices that was used, takes away that possibility and makes it take longer. I'm going to tell you too, Sony has been like not responsive to these parents. They keep calling and trying to get through to them, trying to find out details. They want to look up her, last used IP addresses and stuff like that just to confirm, stuff that
Right.
I won't have access to just by
Absolutely.
Googling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Sony keeps putting them on hold for like an extended period of time, and then eventually it hangs up. And so
Yeah.
they're still not getting through to like a live person to talk about what's going on with their kid. Also, message history, if there's a gamer tag that she was frequently communicating with, they need to know
Mhm.
that.
Mhm. And unfortunately, I hate to say this, but them not being able to reach out to Sony, nobody, that does not surprise me at one slightest bit. Just like Snapchat, I've tried to get a hold of Snapchat because I found my daughter messaging strangers, like them messaging her, and I tried to get a hold of them. You can't get a hold of anyone. They don't care about that crap. It's all about money to them, honestly. And I hate to say that, but maybe Sony will prove us wrong and they'll be able to get in touch with them. Can they get into her account? I think Sleuth Mom just said that they were able to track, and she has not logged on to her account since she went missing. Is that correct?
That's just looking at, like, yeah, the gamer tag info, like,
Okay.
that specific gamer tag has not been active. Now, chances are, she could
She could have
possibly
logged
have
on.
ran away
Right.
and, just is using a new gamer tag, but, Shannon's under the impression that she wouldn't have done that. She had leveled up her stuff so much, and she had so much linked to that account that it was like, you don't just work that hard just to walk away from it.
Right.
Um she doesn't picture that being a thing, and I mean, this she she literally used her PlayStation a lot. Like, this is what she did. She didn't go out with friends, she didn't hang out, she didn't even socialize within her household that much because she was just on her game so much within the last month or 2 especially, and,
And
go ahead.
no, I'm sorry. That with her being so attached to her game the last month and not like wanting to hang out with family or anything, that really does worry me because that's another form of isolation that these groomers, you know, nobody will understand them like the people that they're talking to online or the groomers that they make them feel safe. They make them feel understood. Teenagehood, that's an extremely lonely period of time. I know I've got one of those, and I force her to do stuff with me all the time. She fights with me all the time, and it would be a lot easier for me to just let her do whatever the heck she wants because I wouldn't have to argue and fight and stress, but I'm not doing that.
Right.
You
Yeah, you
know?
can't.
No,
You
you
can't.
cannot. And I told
And
her,
I
I
mean,
said, it would be a lot easier for me to just be like, okay, Kendall, do whatever you want. Forget it. I'm not dealing with the stress, but I'm not going to do that.
we've done a whole series on internet safety between the community on different people's panels and stuff like that. And one of the biggest things is when these kids are going through like this identity crisis that comes with your
Mhm.
teenage years, these predators know that. They
Yep.
know how susceptible they are. And
Yep.
all they have to do is be their best friend. All they
Exactly. And
have to
hear them
do is
out.
make them feel like the most important, most special
100%.
person in the entire world, and they can manipulate and convince them to do anything. I mean, we are seeing good kids. This is a good kid
Hmm.
who has been convinced to leave her home because she's going to go to a safe place where she can have freedom, all
Hmm.
because her parents didn't think that she needed to get a job yet.
Right.
They wanted her to stay focused on her studies. She's a straight A student, and they didn't want her to have to stress out and worry about working and different stuff yet. And she didn't like that. That's the only disagreement that they're describing to me.
Yep.
And that's what she detailed in the note, that, she wanted to go and get a job and be able to have her freedom.
Is she in JROTC? I saw that she was last seen wearing a
With the
blue
hoodie.
JROTC sweatshirt.
You know what? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe?
Um, because I'm
I did
wondering
see
if
that
she
too.
talked to any of her friends about anything. You know what I mean?
So, the way that they basically are telling me is she has friends at school, but nobody
But
she
not
really talks to
outside.
once she leaves. Yeah.
Right. I saw that she really just doesn't, she stays to herself. Once school's out, she goes in her room and plays on her PlayStation from what I can see.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
And
that's pretty much it. And I mean,
yeah,
obviously she's doing her schoolwork and stuff like that.
right.
She's a good kid in general.
Yes.
It's just about, I don't know. Sh she's just not, like, very people, you know what I mean,
Right.
oriented. She doesn't need that socialization outside of her PlayStation, which
Right.
tells me she's been getting that
That
socialization in
socialization.
her
Yeah,
PlayStation. Yeah.
absolutely. Yep.
I
Yeah,
don't know
they
if you wanna
know
pull up
what
this
to
picture of
say.
her and show it. I just sent it to you on Instagram. That
Okay.
way people can see, what she looks like,
Okay. Yeah.
'cause I think
Let
it's
me
so
I'll pull it up.
important. I really think that there's a huge concern that she could have crossed the border,
Yes, because
or
they're right by Mexico, y'all.
yeah,
Right by
40
Mexico.
miles.
Oh my gosh, it gives me goosebumps. Okay, let me pull this up.
They're actually out handing out flyers right now because I had tried to call Shannon and kind of touch base,
Yeah.
and see how things are going. They're out handing out flyers right now, and they have like a public group meetup that they were doing at 2 p.m. to kind of like canvass the area and get flyers out everywhere in a different area. They have the Polyclass Foundation helping them, which is absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Polyclass Foundation is a great, great organization.
Is that the organization that's listed for the phone number for one of them?
Yes.
Okay. Um, okay, let me see if I can do this.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we're only 3 days away from 2 weeks that she's been gone.
Yeah, we need to get this out there. And the police didn't even really start looking into the internet or anything until a week into the case.
Right.
Correct?
Right.
Which,
Yeah, because unfortunately, the world that we live in, right? There's so many runaways. There's so many kids that do walk off, and they come back within a
right.
day, 2 days, 3 days. There's actually a internet challenge to see if you run away, if you go missing, how many Facebook posts that you can get within the first 48 hours saying that you're missing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's disgusting to me that teenagers do that, but it also it 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 makes it difficult for these kids like this where yes, she left her house on her own, but I
Yes.
really think that she was convinced to do that.
Sorry, I can't get that thing out of the way that's in the middle. Here we go. There we go. That is what Gracie looks like. She has faded light green hair. Does she still have the faded green in her hair?
Yes.
Okay, with hazel eyes. She's 5'4", about 160 pounds, and she was last seen, like I said, wearing a navy blue JROTC sweater and Cookie Monster print shorts. She also has a black and white checkered floppy hat, that one at the top in the middle. Floppy bucket hat that she wore regularly, that was also not at the home. So that is missing as well.
Right. And now there was a girl that she had been talking to named Janessa, and the detective on the case did roll her out. They confirmed that she was dropped back off at her house by that girl. And I don't know exactly when this interaction with this Janessa came up, but that was on one of the posts, was that that girl has been rolled out. She was back at the house and then left with whoever this quote unquote lady is in the unknown note, or in the note that's listed as unknown. So they're actively working now to gain access to her social media accounts, and they have rolled out all of her local contacts as far as we know. Like anybody that she would have talked to at school, they've talked to some of her teenage friends that she would have hung out with. All of that has been rolled out, and they had just moved to California. I want to say it was like a couple years ago, so they don't really have very much family
Friends.
out there.
Okay. Yeah.
Like they don't have that much of an established base, so it's not like she just ran out to like Aunt Susie's house and is down the road or something. Like this isn't that. I know we see that in some of these cases, but this is one of those cases where you hear about trafficking a lot, and you hear about things like that a lot. And I think that this one and a couple others that we've seen recently really do have a high potential and extreme risk of being in those situations.
Yes.
This is actually not the first runaway that we have seen with online contact that has taken their birth certificate and social security card. Kaylee Jones, same situation, and she is still missing as well. Took her social security card and her birth certificate with her and ran off.
It's like they say this so that, or they get these kids to take these things so it's like less of issues for them to do. You know what I mean? Like they had their identification, they can pretty much, I don't know, it's like almost feel like it's a mechanism they're using to make it not look as suspicious or something.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Well, this woman, according to what they're thinking, probably convinced her, "Oh, you'll be able to find a job.
Right.
I'm going to take you somewhere great where you can have freedom and we can get you on your feet and stuff like that." And my mind goes back to, whenever I was young, I remember them being like, "Don't ever go with somebody who's going to say that they're going to do a modeling agency with you or whatever." You know what I mean? Because of
Right.
that risk of being lured into a situation where you think that "Oh, it's gonna be great for me, and it's gonna be all fairy tales and rainbows," and it's just not, unfortunately.
And they don't, their mind is so naive and innocent that they really do believe these people when they say this. They build a rapport with them and basically give them everything, explain to them everything that they would want so
Mhm.
that they would be willing to leave their home.
Well, right, they take time to sit there and play video games with them
Hmm.
and get to know, like, them and listen to their problems and listen to, everything that they possibly think could be wrong in their life, and then they take it and they offer them the exact opposite.
Right.
So that they really think that everything's going to be perfect. How
Yes.
many other situations do we see that in?
Tons.
Where they, yeah. I hope this isn't a sex trafficking ring either. Sorry, I got distracted by the
Yeah,
comments.
me too. I
Um,
saw that.
yeah, my
And the
thing
fact
is
that it's
with
right
the
there at Mexico.
right. That's what I was getting ready to say
the-
with the border right there, the
Yep.
birth certificate and social security card. I had
Yep.
asked during my live yesterday, what would be the purpose of that? Because it's not like if she applies for a job somewhere, that's going to flag, you would think, right?
Oh,
Running a
right.
background check or whatever. But then somebody pointed out they could be taking those documents and selling them to other people, basically selling her
Mhm.
identification to somebody and putting her into this system.
Right.
And like that's an awful,
And
awesome,
trying to
awful
get her
thing.
past the border, possibly.
Hmm.
Ugh. Yeah, we need, and it just recently, it just started coming out in the news. Like this has been since September 22nd, y'all. It's October 2nd. And I just saw an article not too long ago that, like, one of the first articles, and it wasn't out that long ago. And it's really scary. And I really encourage every single one of y'all that are watching this to not worry about being your kids' friends. Not saying that Gracie's parents did this. I'm not saying this at all. I'm just saying, please don't be worried about being your kids' friends. You are their parent. Your job is to protect them and even piss them off at times. Because in the long run, I would rather make my kid mad by looking out what they're doing and making them hang out with me and all the above than wondering if I could have done enough more.
There's actually a app that you can have put onto your kids' phones, and I think it's like $170 a year. But it's
Yes.
not just phones, it covers all devices. It's called My Spy, and it doesn't show up on the child's end. So they have no idea that you're tracking and monitoring or whatever.
Which
And
is
it does
important.
every keystroke that they type, every picture that is sent to and from, all of it gets sent to you. And so you can monitor stuff no matter what application it's in, no matter how they try to do it. Um, and it's something that I strongly recommend if you're
What is it called
able.
again? I'll put it in the comments.
It's called M Spy, just the letter M and then Spy. And like that's a lot of money if you can't afford it, but there are similar things like that that you can use to try to monitor your kids. $170 a year, to me, depending on if you have a lot of kids. Obviously, if you have a lot of kids,
That's a lot.
it's different.
Right.
But it's worth it if you're able to. And if you have a child that you might not be as close with. If you have a teen that you think like kind of pulls away a lot, seems to be in a situation like this where she's going into the room and she's not talking, she's not, she's not communicating. You know what I mean? Like all of that. That could be something to kind of help you get in.
Now, is her cell phone off? Is it turned off?
Like as in physically
Yeah,
shut
is
off?
it going to voicemail?
Yeah, there's been no access to any of her devices.
Mm,
They haven't been able to track anything.
that's scary.
Clip,
Click which
what
one?
is it? Clipbait TV. I don't know if they tried downloading the app, but I will mention that whenever I talk to mom later.
Yeah, that's a good idea. There's got to be a way to get a hold of Sony.
Oh, I know. I mean, I'm not shocked though.
No, I'm not
A
either.
lot of these a lot of these online companies and things like that, Twitter, Facebook's, Snapchat, Sony, the chances of you getting a real human to talk to, it's
Mm-hmm.
hard.
It
I
is.
do know that her phone is not like an iPhone or anything because that was one of the things that I asked because they're obviously easy to check. Yes, Life 360 is another one.
Yeah, I have Life 360. Actually,
Mhm,
my oldest does not even have a cell phone anymore.
right.
I took that stuff away real fast. Um, and I
Life
hate it.
360 is awesome for, like, a
Life
blanket
360
coverage.
is
I
awesome.
feel like the M-Spy is, like, more if you have a problem child type of thing, and I know I hate to even refer to it as that, but, like,
Well, yeah,
if
I
you have a
mean,
kid that's
teenagers,
really,
they're going
like
to find ways around stuff.
right. But, like, the ones that, know to delete their history and know to delete, you know what I mean? And know to
Right.
hide stuff or, like,
Hmm.
might be talked to with, like, by like a predator or something. The M Spy is nice because they have no idea that you're monitoring it and you literally get every single keystroke.
Yes. Yeah, I do like that. Now, we had actually, I'm going to tell you all a little story with how sneaky, and by all means, my daughter is not a bad child at
Mhm.
all, but this is how sneaky teenagers are. Okay. We have AT&T, and through AT&T, they actually have a family app that you can have, and it shows everything on your child's phone. You can lock it, you can set times, everything.
Right.
So I did
That's
that.
awesome. Mhm.
Yes, I had that. I went to Florida on a girls' trip with one of my best friends to see my mom in Fort Myers. And while I was down there, I got a notification in my email saying that the password on that has been changed. One of her friends told her how to get in there and cancel me out and make her the prime parent.
Oh, wow.
So literally when I went in there, it was like I didn't even go in there. I had no access to it. I literally completely freaked out. Called my husband. I said, "Call AT&T, shut off Kendall's phone immediately."
But see,
And
that's
that's
it. Like kids, man, they're smart. They are
they are
so
very
smart.
smart. They are extremely smart. And
That's
if
what
they don't
the
know
picture
how to,
thing is
sorry.
is important to monitor the pictures too because some
Yes.
kids were getting past the key loggers by doodling and like writing in the notepad with like the stylus and then screenshotting and sending messages
Sending it.
back and forth like that so that they could
Yeah.
type through that way. It's just crazy. I can't I don't know.
Yeah. And Terry, to
Kids are
this,
just
does
so
my
smart.
daughter hate me? Did she think I was the worst mom in the whole entire world? Oh, well, my friends' moms don't do that. Well, congratulations. I'm not your friend's mom. I'm your mom. You
Right.
got stuck with me. So,
Mm.
I mean, I do what I have to. It was hard. She cried. She was super mad at me, but I, it is what it is.
She'll thank you for it someday.
Exactly. It is what it is. Um,
That's crazy. Kids, man.
I know it really concerned me when that happened. Like I was like, "Oh my God." So and she has not had her phone back since then, and that was in April.
Right. Good for you. Good for
Yeah.
you.
But I'm so glad you told me about that app, the M Spy. I'm going to look into that for sure for when she does get her phone back. I don't even know when that is going to be, but
Right.
I mean, and I hate it because that's my communication with her, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
We're like kind of at this rock in this hard place, right? Where you are worried about your kids not having access to a device because of the world that we live in. What if something happens? What if there's an emergency? What if they are walking from point A to point B and somebody tries to attack them? They can't call for help. Like, I get
mhm.
that. But then you're in this other side of things where the internet is just so dangerous.
Yes.
So dangerous. And there is so many wolves in sheep's clothing on the internet. It's disturbing.
Yep. And no
So many
matter,
people who pretend to be their best friends that are just not.
yes, yes. And no matter how many times you tell your kids, um, they're strangers on the internet. They don't have good intentions. You can tell them until you're blue in the face. But remember, teenagers know everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they think. Whenever I was 14, 15, 16, hell, even 18, I thought I knew everything. You could not tell me anything that I did not know.
Right.
And they also have the mentality, well, that won't happen to me.
Right.
I'm smart enough to know better. Well, those traffickers are even smarter. I hate to say that.
Between voice changers and the simulators and everything else right now,
Mhm.
even if they see this person on a video, they could still be completely fake. And I want to show you something. We did this during one of our internet safety lives. There's literally a video of a man teaching you how to turn yourself into somebody else. So let me see if I can share my screen just real quick.
Yeah, I would please play that.
This is on Bird and the Proofs channel. Like I said, we were going back and forth, couple different. We did this on Wednesday nights, on different panels, and kind of looked at this stuff. But this guy teaches you in a couple minutes time how to.
Oh my God, that gives me goosebumps, y'all. Like that literally makes me sick to my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
around the square. So it would be something like this. If you do it without the headphones, would be much better. But in my case, I'm using it because I need to record the audio. So you look at the camera, and without glasses, it's better to track your eyes. So once you are in place, you look at the camera, and then press X. They will automatically open the picture. And if let's put it up a little bit. As you can see now, every time I move, this person is gonna move with me. If I blink my eyes, as you can see here, she do the same thing. Now the cool part is this could be better because in my case, like I said, I'm using the headset and I'm using my glasses. But if you just your face, it will be much better. The good thing, as you can see, I can look at the size and it tracks my eyes. It tracks my mouth. I can smile. I can even open my mouth. You can see here, and it tries to open and simulate your tongue, even though in the picture that doesn't exist. One cool feature is that you can move your head. That's the good part. So at some point, of course, it's not gonna be so stable.
So now, obviously, like as an adult watching this, you're like, oh, there's issues with that picture, like of the girl, right? And you're thinking, like, you can kind of tell, but like he's saying, with the headset off, with his glasses off, different things like that, you can really make this look like. Well, Burden was also telling us that same night that she had a person come on her panel and they had an entire video of this. It was a guy, first of all, that was sitting there and he was like really creepy looking, and then the video switched to a girl walking through the room and sitting down next to her boyfriend at the computer, and they were sitting there looking back and forth and like having a conversation, obviously muted or whatever, back and forth, waiting to get on her panel. And they kept giggling and like talking to each other and different stuff, and they would type in the private chat in the background like, hey, are you going to let us up, and different stuff like that. But she had watched the camera change from this creepy looking guy to these two people. And so it's terrifying, the capabilities that people on the internet really do have now. And
Right.
the better the predator, the better the capabilities. And so it's extremely easy for someone to pretend that they're a female or they're a guy or they're a young kid or they're your best friend or whatever.
Mhm.
And kids don't realize. I mean,
Mm-mm.
most adults don't realize how much is capable.
Mm-mm.
And so to think that a kid would know to look out for these predators, it's just not. It's not a safe place for our children.
It's not. And I feel like it's getting worse and worse and worse because this is literally a predator's biggest dream. This is why I stopped. I've been on YouTube since 2017 or 18. And I started out doing mom vlogs and like cleaning and all that crap.
Mhm.
And the comments I would get, I'm like, okay, this is weird. So I completely stopped. And that's when I decided to do true crime because it's
Right.
something I'm passionate about. I don't want my kids on the internet. The internet is a cesspool. Now, there are great people on the internet. Don't get me wrong. Like you, my follower, I have met some of the biggest sweethearts on the internet, but it is a cesspool of predators.
Right.
Yes, it's
Right.
their playground.
And you just don't ever know who it is.
No.
You just really don't. Because I'm going to tell you, like, out of convicted pedophiles. I think it was like 7 out of 10 were married men.
Mm,
And so it's like,
mm.
you literally, just because they're not the creepy looking guy, just because they're
Right.
not the creepy looking girl, just because
Stereotypical.
they don't act bad, just because they don't have it on their record, doesn't mean that they're safe people.
Right.
And so you just really never know. And the ones who are willing to say it out loud, the ones who are willing to comment the gross stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like that's just you just can't. I don't know.
No, we gotta stay away. And a lot, like Sleuth Mom was saying, a lot of them are married. A lot of them do have children.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not like the stereotypical John Wayne Gacy. Like you look at him and you get a bad vibe. That's
Right.
not always the case at all.
Yeah.
It's scary. It is so, so scary.
It really is. But I don't know. I'm going to jump down. I got to go take care of my kids real quick. I really do appreciate you sharing her story and sharing her face today. I think I sent you the clip or the interview with mom that was on the news.
Yes,
I don't
I'm
know
gonna
if
play
you,
that.
yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if you want to play that for them, but this family, they're devastated. Her bio mom is devastated. Her stepmom is devastated. Dad, like they're all looking and searching for her. She's got aunties and uncles and sisters and brothers and everybody. Everybody just needs to know where she is. And they just want her to know, Gracie, if you are listening to this, they care about you and they love you. Please call home if you are able. So,
They care about you more than anyone could ever care about you, Gracie. I promise you that.
absolutely. So,
Yeah.
thank you so much,
Well,
Mom, for
thank
letting me
you.
come up. Thank you guys
Yes,
for
thank
listening.
you. I appreciate you letting me know and coming on.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna try to figure out how to do this. I might have to I'm not gonna be able to see the comments for just a second because I'm gonna go to Instagram on my computer and see if I can pull up this interview that her stepmom did that Sleuth Mom sent me. What do y'all think about this though while I'm doing this? I'm heartbroken. Okay. Sleuth Mom is awesome, y'all. So if y'all haven't gone to subscribe to her channel, I really highly suggest it. She is truly, truly amazing. Just a mom spreading word like me. Trying to get these sickos off the internet, which, whew, okay, I got this. Let me see if I can share my screen. Y'all know I don't do lives that much. I'm trying to get into it some more. So just bear with me, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm working on it. I got it. Thank you, Candace. Thanks, y'all. Okay. Think I got it. Now let me.
Family is desperately searching for their teenage daughter. She left a goodbye note at her parents' house before leaving unexpectedly in the middle of the night just last week. NBC7's Amber Frias tells us why the parents are concerned she may have been lured away.
This is 15-year-old Alena Mitchem. She's been missing for 9 days now. As you can imagine, her family is desperate for answers. They're sharing their story with us tonight in hopes that somebody out there saw her or knows something and will come forward. Just over a week ago, 15-year-old Alena Gracie Mitchem walked out of her family home in the middle of the night and disappeared.
At 7 o'clock, her sister came out of the room and said, "Hey, Mom, where's Gracie?" And we went, "What are you talking about?" And that's when we searched the home and we found her not to be found anywhere. She talked to anybody online.
No one has seen or heard from the teen since, leaving her family desperate for answers.
She's a very shy, timid girl. She wouldn't just take off.
The Mitchems say their daughter took several personal items with her, including her cell phone, laptop, PlayStation console, social security card, and birth certificate. They fear this may have been a suggestion by someone she met through online gaming.
I fully believe someone has convinced her to take those items, somebody who is older. She's been befriended and instructed her to take all these items.
After she went missing, the Mitchems also located a goodbye note from the teen. In the note, she writes she would be getting picked up by an unidentified woman.
I don't know if there's...
She did not say where she was going and asked that they not go looking for her.
That concerns me. No adult's going to come to your home and take you to a place for runaways.
Alena is 5 feet 4 inches and 160 pounds. She has faded green hair and hazel eyes. Her parents believe she might be wearing the bucket hat she has on here. With the passing of every day, the Mitchems say they grow more desperate.
Somebody's seen my little girl somewhere. Somebody knows where she's at.
But together, they're staying strong, searching every day, hoping to find her.
We love you, honey. We're not mad. We just want you home safe.
We won't stop looking for you, ever.
Amber Frias, NBC7.
The Mitchems are hoping people in the community will help them pass out missing flyers. If you would like to help, meet them tomorrow at 10 in the morning at the Albertsons on Campo Road in Spring Valley.
So to Cassandra's question, I don't think you're being negative. It's a genuine question. I'm sure they keep it in a certain spot. Like at my house, I know we keep it in like a drawer and stuff, and my kids know where that is. So she probably knew where it was being held at, just in my opinion. I don't know. I could be wrong, but she probably knew where they were. I hope she's safe too. It's very scary. I don't think, in my personal opinion, it's a runaway. I know she said that she was going to run away, but a random woman picked her up. So it's very scary. Very, very scary. Yes, these people do need to be stopped. It breaks my heart. Thank you, Cassandra. I really appreciate all y'all watching. Please like this video, spread awareness. Yes, groomed and lured. Absolutely. It makes me sick. A lot of us have kids here, and we just need to spread awareness. I mean, it's been, over a week now, and it took a week for them to even start looking into the actual internet at this case. That's precious time. That is very precious time. Yes, and grandchildren. Complete red flags, y'all. Talk about her name, spread her picture everywhere on your social media, your Facebook, Instagram, wherever you have, Twitter, wherever. Get her name out there like everyone did with Gabby. Everyone's doing with Debbie. Y'all get her name out there. This is the 15-year-old girl we're talking about. Hi, Britt. I just saw you text me. We're talking about this 15-year-old sleuth mom suggested this for me, and it's heartbreaking, Brittany. If you need to look into this, we need to get her name out there. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Candace. She's missing in California. She went missing in California in Spring Valley, not far from the Mexico border, which is even more scary considering she's right by the Mexico border with her birth certificate, with her social security card. She doesn't have her phone is going straight to voicemail. Her PlayStation shows that her handle, like screen name, has not been logged in. Thank you, guys. Y'all are such a great community. I swear, I have the best people. Yes, please share. Please, please. If y'all see her, please call it in. I have the phone numbers listed in the banner down below that y'all can call in. Yes, I agree. Yep. Yeah, and Jill, oh gosh, all these 3 cases just, no, she was not. She had no medical issues, no psychological issues. She wasn't on any medication, nothing. She was a very, very good girl. Very good girl. She just hung out in her room, played PlayStation, hung out with friends at school. She didn't really hang out with friends outside of school. She doesn't have a boyfriend that we know of. Yep, so did Jalissa. Yep. I'm wondering if any of her neighbors have like cameras on their houses or Ring doorbells or anything. I hope they do, and they can see like what kind of vehicle she got into. Sleuth Mom, if you're still in here, do you know, did Shannon say if there's cameras or anything around? Do they have a Ring? Gotcha, Ashley. I'm just wondering. I don't know if Sleuth Mom's in here anymore. I'm going to message her. Sorry, I'm going quiet. I'm messaging Sleuth Mom that question about cameras because she has actually spoken to the mom, so. Yes, I would think they are. But they are calling it a runaway. And just because a teen says, hey, I'm running away, I have this lady coming to pick me up and taking me to a runaway shelter, does not necessarily mean that, I mean, yes, they ran away, but they walked out the door on their own free will, but there is such a thing called grooming. We've got to pay attention to the difference between a unruly teenager that's literally just getting away from their house because they don't want to be there, and a child who's been on the internet being groomed, or on Messenger, whatever, being groomed by a stranger telling them this is what I can give you if you leave your home. You know, there's a huge difference. Yes, congratulations on 5K, Brittany. Yes. Y'all go subscribe to Allegedly with Brittany also. She is amazing. Also, all these amazing YouTube women creators that I'm around, I could not be more proud of these women and to be a part of them. That sounded extremely weird. Y'all know what I mean. Yes, it does. Absolutely. I hope they do. I really hope they do. Brittany. Okay, yes, let me drop the links to the channels. I will. Yes, yes. Give me just a moment, guys. Okay. Here's Sleuth Mom. And then here's Brittany. Y'all go subscribe to them. There, I don't know if that's the right one. Hold on. Don't click that Brittany one. That's not right. Okay. Mother. Okay. I got this, y'all. I got this. There it is. Thank you, clickbait. It's being held against your will, in my opinion, at this time. I agree. I mean, can you imagine what if this woman came to pick up Gracie and she doesn't take her to a runaway shelter like she says? Could you imagine the regret and her feeling of what she must be feeling? Y'all, so much time has already passed. Like, she literally could be anywhere. Mexico, anywhere. You are the sweet one, Britt. Oh, thanks, y'all. Y'all are great for supporting their channel. They really are truly amazing. But yeah, I'm going to have a video out on Tuesday. I've got a lot of missing people that I have wrote down that I need to go through and just spread awareness about. There's just so many that I just want to get the word out. You'll love her, Britt. She's so sweet. Yes, she really could be. It's truly, especially the fact that she has her her birth certificate and social. It's scary. I mean, why was she told to bring those? You know, was she going over the border? I don't think it was to get a job or anything, honestly. I think that is just what possibly she was told, why she needs those. But that's just my opinion. I don't think it was because of that. I really do think that it was possibly maybe to get a plane or cross over the border or something. Maybe not so much a plane because that can be easily tracked, but possibly border. Thank you again, Sleuth Mom. Yeah, it is terrifying. I haven't even heard of Sean Daughtry. I've been so wrapped up in so many cases that will you email that to me? And we could talk about it actually, or I can, whenever you, I don't know, we'll talk about that case because is it new or old? I'm buffing. That's a good question. She's got a lot of good content and she goes live a lot too, Britt. I'm trying to get into this live scene. But yeah, y'all spread this case wherever you can. What do y'all think about it? There are so many out there. Hi, Joanna. Oh, and by the way, all those that emailed me about being a mod, I am about to go on and add y'all to be a mod. So just be patient with me. It's been a crazy weekend over here, but I'm getting back to it. We had fall break all week, so the kids were home. It's just been nuts. Oh, that's the one you text me about. Okay, good. Good to know. I'm going to go look. I have it up. Are you going live? You said, am I busy? Are you going live, Brittany, on your channel? I can come on there if you need me to. And also, y'all, I've been going live on Brittany's channel, so y'all go over there. I try to post in my community tab, like whenever I'm going live on somebody's channel, but sometimes I just hop on and don't even know I'm going to go on. So y'all go check out Brittany's channel. She is about to go live and talk about this case. I'll go head over there. So let me get off of here so Britt can go live and do her thing. And y'all go head over to her channel and check out the case that she's going to talk about. Text you to see. Oh, yeah, I will. Yes. Okay, she's going to talk about Amanda with Debbie Collier. So, yeah, we'll go head over there. Sorry. Again, it's been a long day. At 3:45, she's going over there. Who's Brittany? This channel, Joanna, allegedly with Brittany. I put her channel link in the comments. Here, I'll put it in there, and I'm going to put Sleuth's mom channel link in there also. Okay, this is Brittany's channel, and I'm going to put Sleuth's mom's link in here again. Okay, there's Sleuth Mom. Y'all go subscribe. So I'm gonna get off here. So again, Brittany can go and I can chat with Brittany before we go live on her channel. And thank y'all all again so much for joining. I appreciate y'all so very much. Words can never come close to the amount of gratitude that I have for y'all. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please share it wherever you can to get Gracie's name and picture out there. We need to find Gracie, y'all. She could be anywhere. She could be in Mexico. God knows where. Please share. I love y'all so much. Yep. Maybe it's a Southern thing, Britt. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I will see y'all over on Brittany's channel. Go on Allegedly with Brittany. I'll be over there. And sorry, Brian. I'm sorry. I'll try. I live in the country, and sometimes it's just not good. That's why I try not to do lives. But I love y'all. Yes, thank you, Brittany. Bye, y'all. I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye.